A lot of my coaching clients come to me with challenges around communication and social dynamics. And one of the most common issues people deal with is, what do I do when someone I care about is complaining to me, or they're sharing something difficult, some kind of negative situation in their life, some challenge, some difficult emotion, and I want to help them. I want to support them. I want to offer them a more positive framing, right? But that doesn't seem to work. So, what am I doing wrong? What should I do instead? So, in this video, I want to offer practical step by step guide for one approach here. And where I want to start is about this idea of not trying to fix it. And you've probably heard this before, that a lot of us in kind of the culture of the world today are trained to try to fix problems, right? When we see a challenge, we want to make it better. We don't just want to accept it as it is, right? And so this is something that men especially tend to do, or masculine people for feminine people. But really, this can happen to anyone. And there's a nuance here that I want to name, which is, you might know that you shouldn't try to fix someone's problems for them, but you might think of that in a very specific way. You might think, well, I am not going to offer them a specific solution. Like if they're complaining that they're busy, or they're overwhelmed in life, I know I'm not supposed to say, well, have you tried keeping a better to-do list? Have you tried this app? Right? Have you tried a Kanban system? Right? I know that I'm not supposed to fix it in that way by offering a tangible solution. Right? So great. That's true. That's probably not going to help right away. But there's a kind of trickier way that you might unconsciously try to fix it, which is by telling them, don't worry, it's not so bad. Or kind of contradicting what they're feeling, right? Like if someone says, I think everyone hates me. I feel really lonely. I don't think anyone likes me. Then your instinct might be to say, oh no, everyone loves you. You're such a lovable person, right? And that's coming from a wonderful place in you, but that is also trying to fix it, right? You're trying to make the problem go away. And that's a lovely instinct, but you're actually negating their feelings in that process. You're telling them your feelings are wrong, right? You think that you're feeling this loneliness. You think that you're feeling like people don't like you, but that's actually wrong. People do like you. You are likable. So I think the more effective approach is to work your way up to that. And so step one is actually to just validate exactly what they're feeling as it is, without trying to fix it, without trying to correct it, without any judgment. So step one is meeting them where they are. So if they're in a really negative place, instead of trying to pull them into the positive place, you're going to go over to the negative place where they are. And so if they say, wow, I think everyone hates you, or I think everyone hates me, then your first move can be, wow, that sounds really harsh. Or, oof, that must be really hard. Wow, I hear you. It feels like everyone hates you. Ugh, that sucks. Right? And your first instinct again might be to say, I know what that's like. Oh yeah, I used to feel that way too. And again, that's okay, but it's still kind of fixing it, right? You're kind of implying like, yeah, I used to feel that way, and I got through it, so you can get through it too, right? So again, you're kind of going too quickly to the positive. So I encourage you for this first step to really try to stay in the negative. Just kind of like hang out there for a bit. Like, wow, you're in this icky place. I'm going to join you in the icky place, so you're not alone there. And that by itself, of just allowing, like, you're in this negative place and I'm going to be in the negative place by your side, without trying to change it, that can feel so comforting. Because the truth is that if this person has complained about this to other people or brought this up before, the vast majority of people are going to try to fix it. They're all going to have advice for this person. And so you can actually stand out a lot by doing the opposite, by just validating and being in the negative with them. Instead of trying to force them into the light, you stay in the darkness. And that alone will, in comparison to everything else, all those other natural responses, those default responses, yours is going to stand out as feeling especially good. It's really going to land with them. It's like, you get it. You get it that this is negative. This is hard here. This isn't just like sunshine and rainbows, right? And if you try to jump straight to sunshine and rainbows, they're going to dismiss it because they're in the dark place. So after you've sat there for a bit, step 2 is offer some curiosity. Like, wow, tell me about that. What's that like? I'd love to hear more. And this is where you can also say, I care. I'm here with you. I feel that. I feel you. So that's different than, I get it. Oh yeah, I've been there. I know what that's like. That can be helpful too. But I think it's better to say, I feel you. Wow, that sounds really hard, and I'm right here with you. I'm here. I want to hear more about it. So you're keeping the focus on them instead of shifting the focus to be about you and your experiences. So yeah, I'm here with you. I feel that. Depending on your relationship with this person, you could put a hand on their shoulder or on their back, or you could say, hey, would you like some touch right now? Would you like a hand on your shoulder? Would you like me to scoot up next to you? And if they say no, try not to take it personally, because they're just in their process right now and they know what they need. So curiosity. Yeah, what's going on? I'd love to hear more about that. And then I'm here. I care. And often what'll happen is it might seem to you like you're not doing much by just validating. Like if they're saying, wow, I keep having these experiences where I keep getting proof that people don't like me, that no one wants to be my friend. If all you say is like, wow, that sounds so hard. Damn. Wow, it keeps feeling like no one wants to be your friend. If that's all you say, it might seem like it's useless, but what that's actually doing is giving them permission to continue. It's telling them, hey, I hear you're in a dark place. I'm joining you in this dark place. I care, I'm curious, and I'm inviting you to go on. Take me deeper. Show me what's there. That's kind of this implicit thing built into you just validating their emotion. And so often what you'll find is that when you simply kind of name back, you're basically saying like, you said this. I heard you say this. I heard you feel this. Just by saying that, what they'll often do then is tell you more. They'll just keep going because they'll feel safer. So you are building safety by offering that validation and that acknowledgement of their feelings. And once they feel safer, then they're able to go deeper. And the deeper they go, the more healing can happen, the more that they can really be helped, right? If they just give you the surface level thing, like, I feel lonely, and you try to fix the surface level thing, oh, have you tried going on meetup.com? There are lots of great meetups where you can meet people. That's going to fall flat, right? But if they talk about their loneliness and you validate it and they go deeper and deeper and they say, wow, yeah, it's felt this way for years. Like, oh God, ever since college, it's felt like no matter how hard I try, I go to all these events and no one ever likes me. Then you can validate a deeper thing. Like, wow, you've been lonely for a long time, huh? Then that's what's really going to land with them. Yeah, oh, and that's where tears might start to come. That's where they're going to feel really seen at a deeper level. So that's a huge gift you can offer them. And finally, once you're there, once you're in that deeper level and you've had a back and forth and you've allowed them to really open up, then that's where you might begin to offer a little fix. One way you can do that is you could say something like, "Are you open to a suggestion?" Or, "I have a different perspective on that. Would you like to hear it?" So maybe if their thing was all about how no one likes them, and you've already had this back and forth for a while, then if you say, "Hey, would you like to hear how I see that? Or would you like to hear a different perspective?" Then if they say yes, you could say, "Well, I hear you that it feels like no one likes you," right? Validating again, like, yeah, that makes so much sense that it feels that way. And, not but, right? Because that's true. It does feel that way. And, in my experience, I actually hear people all the time saying how much they love you. Or I see all the time when we go to an event that someone comes up to you to say hi. What do you think? How does that feel? Right? So you're not negating what they said. You're saying, yes, that makes sense. It feels that way. And here's what I'm noticing. Take it or leave it. So the last thing I want to mention here is all of this can also apply to yourself. When you're feeling negative feelings, right? No one likes me. I'm unlovable. It's impossible to make friends. I'm alone. If you tell yourself, look on the bright side. You got friends. What are you complaining about? Be happy. That's not going to land, right? The part of you that is afraid is going to reject that, right? I'm in this dark place. I don't want to hear your rainbows and unicorns crap. So the right way to deal with it is to first, the exact same sequence, right? First validate yourself. Wow, I feel really lonely right now. This feels so hard. I've tried so hard to make friends, and it feels hopeless. It feels like I'm never going to find friends. This doesn't feel good. I feel this ache in my body. I feel this like twisting. Like, I don't like this at all. That's where you start being real with yourself. It's like talking to that little part inside you. Like, yeah, you're in this dark place and I'm here with you. I'm here with you. It's okay. And then you can be curious about it. Yeah, this feels really hard. And what exactly is it that feels hard? Yeah, I guess it's like that time a few years ago when I went to that party and it felt like that person rejected me. And so, yeah, I guess I have this pattern now that whenever I go to a party, I'm worried that I'm going to get rejected. It makes sense that I feel that way. Right? And then you can be even more curious, like, so I have this story that no one's ever going to like me. Is that true? Is that likely? Well, maybe not. But you can't jump straight to that. First, you have to validate. Right? And then same thing, you can try to offer yourself an alternative perspective, right? What if even though I was rejected that time, it's not because I'm unlovable, right? Maybe it's because that person was having a bad day. Or maybe I was just in a bad mood, so in that moment I felt unlikable, but, that was just a moment in time, and, I've done some work on myself, I'm a different person now, and things are going to be different in the future. So, not trying to fix it right away, but just being with the feeling for a while. And sometimes you might even have to set a 5-minute timer to really be with it. Just close your eyes and wow, here I am in loneliness. This is loneliness. Oof. And it's helpful to depersonalize. Instead of saying I'm lonely, I'm angry, I'm a lonely person. You just say, here is loneliness. This is anger. Oh, there's some anger here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling some anger come up. Here it is. Here's some loneliness. And then you can be curious again, what is that like? Where do I feel that? How do I know I'm angry? How do I know I'm lonely? Where is that? And after you're curious for a while, after you're accepting for a while, then you can try to problem solve. But first you have to accept that this is hard. This is a dark place. And then you can make your way to the lighter place. All right? This is hard work. It takes a lot of practice. But I can tell you it's worth the effort. I've spent years now really working on this, and it's tough. But I think it's the necessary path to really being able to be with people in a deep, authentic way, to really hold space for people, to hold space for yourself, to be as you are. So I hope that helps. Love to hear from you in the comments, and I hope you have a nourishing day.